This is another Poets at War General Report. And here's your General, Joshua David Ling.
Good luck.
Hi. How's everybody doing? It's good to see you. I have a much more amazing office. Some of you may have seen it in some of the other videos. This is my first General's Report since redoing my office. I'm going to be doing a full tour here soon. But there's a lot going on with that, and I'm trying to finish some other projects first, and I have one curtain over here still waiting to get replaced with something cooler. So I figure I'll just wait on that. It's going to be a big project anyway. I really want to deep dive into my thought process on the office. In the meantime, I thought I'd just cut a General's Report. I don't have any Poets at War currently scheduled. I've still asked a bunch of people, and I'm waiting on replies and people getting back to me. Things are really busy for everyone right now. The world is going crazy. All kinds of other nonsense is happening, and people have lost money with money crashes and all kinds of ridiculousness. And you know what's weird? I'm actually not doing that bad. Casey broke her foot, for those who don't know, my wife, and she hasn't been doing great, but is getting around. She's working on it and working on healing. So that's happening. Hopefully you will have heard some kind of different theme to this General's Report. I'm playing around with some new ideas and working on some things, and I just wanted to talk about those and talk about the future. I definitely want to do more General's Reports. I always say that every single time. But I really kind of want to try and start going daily and just start working on talking. Because I really like talking to you guys, and I feel like these are conversations that I have with people whenever I meet them. These are like the common things that I usually come back to that everyone wants to talk about, and so might as well start talking about them, right? So we'll see how it goes. Man, I got so many of them to talk about too, from E-Fitting, which is a role-playing game involving wrestling and what that did to shape me, to pro wrestling stuff, to baseball stuff, to story stuff about some of my favorite movies and books, and how all that fits together with theology. There's so much that I want to talk to you about, and so much I want to dive into, but right now I thought just getting on here, talking to you about my life and talking to you about how things are changing and how my perspective is changing on my business. I recently did a birthday party for somebody, my first official party as a storyteller, and it went wonderful. It went amazing, and I'm really excited to do more. That being said, I've kind of had this interesting switch in my brain more toward ministry. This is sort of a ministry because this world needs this stuff and they don't even know that they need it. They need not escapism per se, but to be inspired to continue on, because we know, if we know how our stories go, we know the patterns of how our world works, and that's something really important that I want to be pushing forward. So I think I'm going to do around 2-ish, depending on, how things go, what God gives me, free shows a month. Start trying to do some more free shows. It's hard to just start one up in a random place like a park or public place. It's easier when someone actually invites me. So if you're interested and you're in the CSRA, the Central Savannah River area, around Augusta, Georgia, and all that kind of stuff, let me know, and I'd love to have you. Or I'd love to be there for you and tell you stories. A lot of what I've done recently hasn't been for money, and yet I've been getting more money. I've been getting taken care of by people more as I've been more generous, and I'm finding more and more that generosity is fitting so well with what I'm doing. And yeah, I have to be careful, and I have to watch how much time is spent on other people versus my family, especially when it comes to money and that sort of a thing. But it's not near as complicated as I thought it would be to just kind of let go and share as much as I possibly can. Some of the things I enjoy doing most, I do for free, most of at this point in my life. I'm also, for those of you who are wondering, working on an animated film for Lore, actually a TV show, called The Idiot's Guide to Illegal Tech Repair. Some of you know it from the Audio Adventures series. And yeah, that's going really well. I'm working on a pilot with Ian Wilson and a couple other people, and I think it's going to turn out really great, you guys. Sort of motion comic style, but a little bit more than that. And I think you're really going to love it. I'm updating about that on my production blog, which is brand new on my website, joshuadavidling.com. You can go check that out. And yeah, that's mostly it. I'm going to keep updating there as I can, making new videos as I move forward with art and design and music and all the things that go along with the film. And I'm also trying to work on a series for Logo Sophia, which will be written only, although I will record it for the audio mag. And yeah, that should be interesting too, sort of a prequel series on the Knights of Adonai. So that should be interesting, and I want to thank you guys for listening and being on this ride with me. If you have any guests that you want to see on Poets at War, or you want to be on Poets at War, please, the number's right over there. Like, you see it, right? Just text me or email me, joshuadavidling@gmail.com. Everything's on my website, joshuadavidling.com. And just thanks for being along for this story ride with me. I'm feeling more and more like the warrior bard God made me to be these days. And yeah, just reminding people, as Chesterton said, that we as men are not dead yet. The preacher says, reminds men that they will one day die, but the poet says, you're not dead yet. So that's our purpose, that's our mission here, and I'm so glad that you all are in the trenches with me. I will talk to you all soon.